I've been waiting more than 30 years to say this. Dad, I always told you I'd come back and get my degree. I want to thank Harvard for this honor. I'll be changing my job next year, and it will be nice to finally have a college degree on my resume. I applaud the graduates for taking a much more direct route to your degrees. For my part, I'm just happy that the Crimson called me Harvard's most successful dropout. I guess that makes me valedictorian of my own special class. I did the best of everyone who failed.
Hey everyone, Calvin here. I think most people at some point in their lifetime have wondered how come those dropouts and less schooled people are so successful, such as Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, and Thomas Edison, etc. And in today's video, we'd like to find out why and the likely reasons behind their achievements. We all know that these people, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Thomas Edison, they did not graduate from a college. Like Thomas Edison, who didn't even go to school for many days. But how come they're more successful and impactful? Not just financially. Even Sergey Brin and Larry Page, the founders of Google, had dropped out Stanford PhD programs. And I was joking on the other day that in order to be successful like these people, one has to drop out of either Stanford or Harvard. So if one day I apply for their MBA programs, I can perhaps write, I want to drop out of your school to be successful like these people, therefore I'm applying for your school. I was just joking. Seriously, I wondered about it for many times and I still wonder even today. The easiest and probably the most common explanation is that if we compare the average salary of those who graduated from a college to that of those who did not graduate from a college, then we can easily see statistically that those who graduated from the college earn higher income or salary compared to those who didn't. And one might say that therefore higher education and education is more useful for individuals to become successful, but that still does not explain why those dropouts and less schooled people have achieved much greater success than those who did not drop out. I'm pretty sure that if Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg stayed at Harvard and graduated from Harvard as computer science students and got full-time jobs at big companies like IBM for programming, then at best they would end up being the best software developer and would not be able to create either Microsoft or Facebook. But there may be Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg who would create MicroHeart or FacePage, company with similar impact like Microsoft and Facebook. My point is that it is true that education increases group salary average by specializing them into each profession. But for individuals who staying in the profession following the standard education has its own limits that most people don't like to talk about. For example, a professor earns a lot of money compared to the general population average. But as of now, the highest before-tax salary that a full professor can earn, who is most likely in his or her early 50s or even older, is $200,000. And to those who don't know, a lot of professors have to work at night and even over weekends while not getting paid for any overtime. And in comparison, a fresh graduate of computer science major who is most likely in their early 20s can easily earn more than $100,000 at Google, Amazon, and other similar top-level software companies, while he or she only have to work for 40 hours per week. And that salary grows year over year. Right now, if you are a machine learning expert with a PhD, then you can easily earn $500,000 a year at FANG. But if you are a neuroscience PhD like me, then you will have a hard time getting a decent paying job at that profession. Neuroscience PhD like me can get postdoc position very easily. But the problem is that we would be paid slightly above the minimum pay as required by the government. That's $40,000 a year, while working our ass off for 60 to 80 hours per week. No overtime pay, no bonus, no stock, no extra benefit, nothing. Most fresh college graduates can earn more than that. Due to this, I had to switch to IT from biology, on which I had already spent 10 years of my life. The reason that I'm bringing it up is because I hope more people will realize this unfair treatment in academia. And I'm hoping that the governments and the research institute will increase their benefits and their scientist income significantly. They're not different from others. They have families to raise and they have kids to feed. They have to buy bread and rent home like the rest of the society do. They're the ones sacrificing their financial benefits by choosing science over income, discovering new medicines, and developing new treatments for diseases, directly or indirectly. The COVID vaccines that you got to prevent you getting from the disease did not come out of thin air. These vaccines came out of accumulation of scientific discoveries by thousands of scientists over the hundreds of years. And now most of us enjoy the benefits while knowing little about how it was created. I think scientists in general are unfairly compensated these days. I went too far getting back to our topic. So I think that any of these professions has its upper limit. And these successful dropouts and other extremely successful people had chosen a path where the upper financial limit probably is highest compared to that of other professions. If Dr. Mike stayed in his clinic without doing YouTube, as of age 32, his net worth cannot reach $7 million. A number that no average doctor can reach in his or her lifetime. That's also the same reason why Ali Abdaal quitted his profession as doctor and pursued his businesses on YouTube. Yeah, and then me too. But I'm doing it part-time for fun. And I'm hoping that you would support me by clicking the like button below and subscribing to my channel. In return, I will create more great video contents and share with you for free. And my content are intellectually beneficial and they are for smart people like you. The reason I brought up salary is because for most people, although it's subjective, financial success is the major part of their success. Mark Zuckerberg probably did not invent any computer algorithm, and he probably is not a productive scientist. More than 99% of people would consider him as successful. That's because of his financial success, business success. So why are these less schooled people are more successful? As I talked before, they have chosen a career path where the upper financial limit is much higher than that of other professions. That's business, and that's their career choice. No decent lawyer or doctor can become multi-billionaire just relying on their professional income. At best, they're multi-millionaire. To level up, they have to either invest what they have learned from their profession or start a more rewarding side business hustle. That's my point number one. They all worked on businesses, selling products or services. None of them really tried to become a billionaire by fixing teeth or polishing shoes. They built and developed business machines themselves while hiring other professions to get the actual hands-on work done. There's almost no limit to how much you can earn in business. It's really up to what industry that person is in and how well he or she runs the business. This is also the condition number one. By saying condition, I mean that they had all the conditions, either external or personal, to become successful like they have already been. Condition number two is they work extremely hard, much harder than most people. Most people work about 40 hours or less per week, then go home and enjoy TV or Netflix. But these people work all the time. Look at what Elon Musk said about his work ethics. Although he did not drop out of college, he did drop out of a PhD program from Stanford to start Zip2. Another example is Rose Blumkin. Miss B, as Warren Buffett respectfully calls her, immigrated to America in 1917. She did not go to school for one day and couldn't even speak a single word of English, but was determined to achieve financial success and later learned English from her children who went to school. She still couldn't write or read English, but she saved up money, bought a business, worked on it, and later became a well-known retail legend. She founded Nebraska Furniture Mart in 1937, which later became the largest indoor furniture store in America. Then she sold 90% of her company to Warren Buffett for $60 million in 1983 and worked for Berkshire and Hathaway until age 103. 1 year after that, she passed away. One more amazing thing she did is that 6 years after she sold her first company to Warren Buffett, she started another rival store called Miss B's Clearance and Factory Outlet, which was situated just across the street from the one that she already sold to Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett had to acquire the second one as well. Condition number 3 is that they have strong financial acumen. All of these people have much stronger financial acumen than most people do, although not all of them talk about money all the time. Here's a closer example, which I'm not quite sure that everything I'm gonna say about him is true, but I believe so. He is Graham Stephan. I started my YouTube channel because of him. Interestingly, we were born in the same year, 1990. As of now, I'm a PhD, and he is multimillionaire. He completed his high school but did not go to college. Instead, he got his real estate license and bought many properties following the 2008 financial crisis. Then I was in college. Later, he started a YouTube channel where he talks about financial independence, investing, saving, and investing in real estate. The channel became even more successful compared to his real estate career. Even Kevin O'Leary appeared in his videos. To those who don't know who the Kevin O'Leary is, he is a well-known Canadian businessman, author, politician, and television personality. Graham Stephan was also a part of Netflix series called Selling Sunset, in which a group of real estate agents from Oppenheim Group come together and sell real estate properties to affluent buyers. He is a bit extreme when it comes to saving. He said he would dilute shampoo to use it longer, never buy Starbucks, hates credit card, etc. Although that sounds a bit extreme, it also reflects his financial acumen. He said that if one gets used to buying expensive coffee, then he or she will buy expensive lunch, then buy expensive clothes, then go to expensive restaurants, then buy expensive car, etc. It becomes a toxic propagating cycle. But if that person saves as much as he or she can, even on a few cents, that person will end up saving a lot of money. Of course, he himself is a great example for proving this. He saved up his income from part-time job when he was in high school, and following the 2008 financial crisis, he bought his first home using that money. There are many more things that are unique to these successful, extremely successful people. For example, they would spot opportunities and work on them until either they completely fail or get to an astonishing success. They would take initiatives and proactively work on their projects without being told what to do. They probably don't like being told what to do. They would keep learning, digesting information, and implementing their ideas, etc. We can't dig all of them in this 10-minute video. But if there's one thing that you should take away from this video, that would be that those who became extremely successful in their lives are so successful because of their extreme curiosity, initiative, tenacity, leadership, financial acumen, etc. Not because they dropped out of school or did not go to school. Statistically, there are probably more dropouts and more less schooled people in the group of extremely successful people. However you define that group, I don't know. I never seen any statistics like that. But if that's the case, it just means that these people have so much curiosity and initiative that the school system that was designed for the general population is no longer suitable and even becomes a hurdle for this extraordinary group. I think that's a better possible explanation of why these people are extremely successful. That's all I wanted to say in this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Destroy the like button and smash the subscribe button if you haven't. Thank you very much. As always, I will see you next time.